Where the breakfast, run it up, run it up. J-Chain's in the booth, turn the mics up. Let's go. Step in the game, no cap, no gimmicks. Crypto in the veins, I'm built for the business. Charge on the screen, fights in the ring. Family first, but I handle my thing. The gym flow, but the hustle stay clean. Real world moves while they chase me. Every show lit, community tight, double 3BC. We shining so bright. Chain, run the blocks to the pace. Crypto fights family, all in one place. On the base up, please let the speakers shake. With a breakfast, the whole world wake. Chain, run the blocks to the pace. Crypto fights family, all in one place. Turn the base up, please let the speakers shake. With a breakfast, let the whole world wake. No fake hype, I'm about that grind. Everybody heavy like a bag of that shine. Deals on deck, adoption in sight. Building the future when I grab that mic. Respect on the name, put the work in daily. Streaming live and the fans still rate me. From ATH to Singapore flights. When I touch down, it's nothing but light. Change, run the blocks at the pace. Crypto fights family, all in one place. Turn the bass up, bass, make the speakers shake. With a breakfast, the whole world wake. Chain, wake up, wake, chain.
Hey, everybody, smash the like button.
Yo, what is up, everybody? Hope you're doing well. GM, as you can see, got the GM hat hanging out in Singapore at Token 2049. I was with my guy Doodles and Dabatola. We all three got them, so we should have taken a picture. I think there was some conversation about taking a picture of the three of us, all with our GM hats, because we were taking, as you guys know, GM posts everywhere. That's what you do when you're in a cool city like Singapore. That was my first time in any part of Asia, and I had a great time. Great to be back in the States, though. I'll tell you what, there's nothing like your own bed. There's nothing like your own coffee. I have now, within the last, I guess several months, can tell you the coffee in London is trash. The coffee in Dubai is trash. The coffee in Singapore is trash. They just make Americanos. That's it, man. You just get espresso with some water, and it is just not as good. So I definitely appreciate my coffee at home. I appreciate my family at home. Appreciate all y'all. But I'll tell you what, though, Singapore was a great time. That conference, Token 2040, this is going to be like I need to start the space too. Let's go ahead and do that. It's been a hot minute since we've done all this kind of stuff. Definitely want to make sure that we get that thing repping and rolling. We'll get you guys brought in here in a little bit as well, in case you want to participate in the conversation. Let's go. All right, so we got that one started. So give me 1 second just to make sure that is rolling. While this thing gets started, go ahead and do me a favor. Smash the like button. If you are watching this stream, let's take a look at see some of these analytics right now. Most of you tuning in on X, go ahead and hit the heart. You can back out of the chat if you're in the chat. Hit the heart. Do that. Tag some friends. Repost the video out. Do the things you got to do. Help me out. Help me help you. That kind of thing. Because the bigger the show gets, and we can start giving shit away, doing all that kind of stuff. So help me help you. Let's go. We are going to the Rodecaster Pro. Let's get this thing connected for anybody that wants to join the space. We're going to go through, in case you guys forget the format, we're going to be going through some news and some numbers. We'll go through some stuff, some charts. It's been a hot minute since I've streamed, right? It's been a while. But we've definitely got to also look at, if you guys remember back in the mid-August, I started a stonks versus crypto competition with my mother. And we started each account with, I think it was about $950. We'll say roughly after fees and, ramps and all that kind of stuff, getting things ready to roll. It was about $950. She's up $200 unrealized. And the crypto port down $6 unrealized. So come on, crypto. What the fuck? Let's go. Make sure that you guys smash the like button, tag your crypto friends. And, who knows? Maybe, again, a little bit later in the show, I'll open up the stage on the space to anybody that wants to hang out, chit chat, ask questions, participate, do the things. So I think it's been two weeks, right? Or I guess maybe a week and a half since we went live. All last week, again, when you're in Singapore and you're used to the East Coast time zone, it was 12 hours complete opposite. So there was not a chance I was going to be streaming at 3 in the morning for the 3 p.m. show. And then anything that was, obviously, trust me, bro, we'll be back tomorrow. Jenna and I were there in Singapore. Keeper was not. We will be back with that. But, so that show we didn't do because it was fight week. And then the V-Chain Power Hour, usually do that at 10 a.m. That was at 10 p.m. on Thursday, which ended up being, if I'm not mistaken, like fight night. So that was not going to work. So we're back this week. Let's go. We're doing it all. 3 p.m. And I've kind of adjusted. I was thinking, one thing that I was missing was like the absolute consistency every single day. Like, even though I'm going live every day, it wasn't consistent. And so what we got to do is we got to change this. 3 p.m. Eastern, Monday through Friday, 3 p.m. Eastern, we're going live. That is not going to change. And then we add in, trust me, bro, at 12:30 p.m. Eastern on Tuesdays. And then obviously the 10 a.m. VeChain Power Hour on Thursdays, brought to you with the Web3 Breakfast crew and communities. So that is kind of be what we're going to go with the schedule for now. I know that there are a couple other people that I was hanging out with when I was in Singapore, that the idea is to develop a show and put things together and put it out pretty soon. So, we'll keep all you updated and everything. But for now, just GM, thank you for being here. Thanks for joining. Welcome back. Back in the USSA, baby. USSR, I think, was the song by the Beatles, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not a Beatles fan. Anyway, smash the like button if you are a Beatles fan, for all the people that are long before us. Really quick, some house cleaning, if you will. Go to the if you are watching, there are a couple of you watching on YouTube, but you could go to make sure that you are subscribed over on X. It's just JChain's X. Make sure that you're following me there. Every now and then, if your portfolio or your profile, if your profile is cool enough looking, I do follow back. But you got to be all right. You can't just be any geek on the street. Got to keep the algorithm happy. I got a pretty heavy follow. I guess the ratio is, I've always said, people have said to me that my ratio looks really good. So 28K, almost 29K followers to 5,800 followings. So trying to keep people happy. So keep following every now and again, I'll throw some follows back out there. Also need you to do a solid if you are not subscribed on YouTube. I'm trying to grow this sucker. So you can find, I got the vanity. It's just JChain's at YouTube. So let's go. Smash that. You know the drill. All right. That takes care of that. Again, thank you for being here. Make sure that you guys do smash the like, hit the heart, do all the things you got to do. If you are interested in being on the space later, I'm going to go through a couple things, maybe for the next 20 minutes or so. We'll go through a couple articles, kind of set up some stuff, and then open up the stage on the space to anybody that wants to hang out and chit chat about what you've been doing, what's going on, what are you looking forward to. I mean, crypto's looking pretty good, and we'll get to the numbers in a little bit, but let's hit some news first. Some things we want to talk about. The king, Bitcoin. I feel like, man, it should have been text. Should have been big text for that. But anyway, the morning minute, this was over on Decrypt this morning. Bitcoin makes a smashing new all-time high, over 125K. Since retraced a little bit. Oh shit, no, we're at 125,819 at the moment. So about ready to hit 126. You don't know where this is going. I know for the most part, and this is what I would say, this is where I would gauge things, right? A lot of people have been talking about the 120s to 150s as like the absolute range for this bull run. And so with that being said, if we're getting close to it, the one thing I want to say to you is make sure that you pull your profits and make sure that you have a game plan. Always. That's the number one way to win, is to have a plan and stick to it and take your profits when you need them. Don't just think it's going to go up forever, because it won't. All right. So every macro trade right now is the debasement trade. All been waiting for the term you can expect to hear a lot more frequently in the coming months. We've been hearing debasement for a while. So there's a nice little mountain and Bitcoin. I wonder if that's AI driven. So we're just going to run through these kind of quick. Just again, set this up for the second half of the show, where we can chat with the community and talk about, again, how you're feeling. So make sure you tap in on the space if that's something you're interested in. Crypto majors are green today after Bitcoin set the new all-time high. Bitcoin, a BNB hits 1,200. I tell you what, man, every time I see that fucking number on BNB, I just want to like kick myself in the ass, because y'all have heard my story and I've told it before. That is BNB, when it shot out, because I got a shitload of tokens when I first joined crypto. It was BNB was like the king exchange, and so you got like free tokens for doing stuff all the time. I sold all my tokens at like $8, thinking I was a big pimpin'. and ultimately, you see where we're at now. But it had shot up to like several $100 within I feel like weeks of it like blasting to $8, and then all of a sudden it was like on to the races. And so, shoulda, coulda, woulda. That's one of my sad stories about crypto is my BNB saga. But we'll save. Everybody's got a story, and everybody's got a sob story. And I tell you, nobody wants to hear it. So if you're one of those people that wants to do sob stories, don't do it. You hear me? All right. Back to our article here. We've got Aster Stage 2 airdrop confirmed for October 14th. I see DJM Brian in the chat. He sold his Aster today. Probably a good idea. I feel like there's plenty of hype going on that this would be a good time. And we can even take a look at a chart if we need to. And then MetaMask teases new rewards program with $30 million in Linea for grabs. So, and Nautic shares with North Star vision for punk strategy to become. I don't even know what I just read there, to be honest with you. We're going to have to read that to even understand. I don't even know what the fuck that is. Nautic shares new North Star vision for punk strategy to become Launchpad. All right, cool, man. We'll take a look at that. Just because I don't even know what that means. So Bitcoin all-time high, we know that 125, about to hit 126. Smash the freaking like button if you are jacked about new all-time highs. It might be one of those things where like every day we hit a new all-time high, and it's just going to be celebration. I mean, it's not just like, ooh, we're going a little higher. It's new all-time highs. This is historic shit. Obviously crypto, Bitcoin, everything's being adopted on a completely different scale than we've seen in the past. And so these are things that we should be excited about. This is bullish, man. I tell you what, I don't have a renewed sense of bullishness on the people in crypto. I'll tell you that. Sorry, I'm punching if you can hear that on the ground. It's just got back from the fights, we'll talk about that a little bit later too. But you're definitely, feeling the aggression just from the fights. But it's just, here's the deal. The people in crypto are shit. Crypto itself with the meme coins and the streams and yada, 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 total dog shit. I am bullish after going to Token and being with such a massive international audience. I'm once again renewed bullish on crypto and blockchain as like the next step, right? The evolutionary of finance, maybe some technology stuff, all that. Like, it's just so fascinating. And meeting the people who are building stuff and having those conversations there was just phenomenal. Again, I feel great about having chosen blockchain or crypto as my chosen industry now, because look where things are going, right? It's crazy. And to have been an early adopter is amazing. But I will tell you, the people, with the exception of the people listening to the show, obviously, you guys know who I'm talking about. And I see in the space, we got Flame. What's up, brother? We got Sandra. Thank you. I know you were like one of the first ones in there. So thank you for popping in there. I appreciate you. We got Chappie in a house. Let's go. Not funny mans, not your mans, not funny mans. And then Mike the Modern Canadian and Carrie. What's up, fam? Appreciate y'all popping into that space. Make sure you repost that sucker out. Let everybody know we'll be in there in just a little bit. We're going to go through a few articles just to hit a few numbers, just talk about a few things and then open it up. So appreciate you. More heart, gang, son. Let's get it. Let's go out and get some beer sometime soon, because I got to actually, no, I'm out. We'll talk about Crypto Fight Night in a little bit here in the show. But after today, I'm going dry for several months, and you'll hear why in just a little bit. All right, so we're going through these articles about Bitcoin printing new highs and all that stuff. And why does this matter? Well, one, the thing we were talking about was, institutional validation, right? And we'll go through two other articles here about adoption and ETFs, right? Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana ETF surge as crypto funds pulling a record 5.95 billion. All right. You got Grayscale debuts the first Ethereum Solana ETFs to offer staking rewards. I mean, that's massive stuff, right? And you got Japan's new PM is backing Abenomics global easing cycle. On-chain data whales slowing distribution, wood size holders accumulating, clean breakout above 118 resistance. All the stuff that had happened, with Bitcoin's new rip into the new high. I'm telling you, it's like, I feel like I've been screaming this now for several months, right? We've got this bullish divergence that was getting ready to play out, right? Where our price had been going down, but the news articles were just getting like just day after day were absolutely amazing. And we're starting to see the price action. And very, very early on, we've been talking about it, especially, with a lot of us in the morning show have been saying for the fourth quarter was going to be electric. And, obviously you take caution with the wind and all that kind of stuff. And especially crypto wants to do exactly the opposite of what you expect or we intend to have happen. But look, we said, and we've been talking about a fourth quarter magic. October's fourth quarter, baby. October is here, 6 days in, and we're ripping. Now, obviously, at some point, you have to expect a pullback. So, again, take your profits when you need them and when you should. But let's go for now. Party on, Wayne. All right. So we got these two other articles that we're talking about with the ETFs. $595 billion of inflows. That's the biggest week ever. I think that's massive stuff, guys. That's institution money is here, like for real, and it's just going to keep getting bigger, especially if the news continues to be as bullish as it is, and the price continues to go up. And remember, at some point, when the analysts are calling for $300,000-$400,000, that's probably the time to get out because that's them just pumping the bags, hoping that the diamond handers, if you will, are the exit liquidity. Don't be exit liquidity this time. I'm rebuilding, so I can't be exit liquidity. I was, as you guys know, drained, but the idea of not being exit liquidity as the retail is going to be harder and harder because remember, you're competing against bots and whales and all sorts of institutions that have been doing this kind of shit for a long time. But just have a plan and stick to it. Institutional FOMO is here. All right, let's talk a little bit about crypto fight night because that would just be good to work on through. All right, so as you know, I was out in Singapore for two reasons. One was to go to Crypto Fight Night in Singapore, corner a couple of our friends, and then to go to Token 2049. Technically, Token 2049 started first, so we'll talk about that. It was great, a great opportunity. I'm sorry, we'll talk about that second, even though it went first. I want to talk about this first. So the fight card was absolutely amazing. Let me see if I can bring it up here. It should be, boom, here it is. All right, and so as you may or may not know, fight cards always start from the bottom. So we had two local fights from a local gym start, and then there was one a little bit later. That was probably a little bit more meaningful. Usually if you fight later, it's a little bit more meaningful, right? And so there was a third local fight, but it was later on in the card. So after some of the earlier prelims. And so we had a chance to see El Rhino fight. I've seen him fight once before. He fought Eric Grimace as well. And I believe he went to a decision at the end. But he threw his shoulder out. And I had seen him at the bar later that night after the fights. And his shoulder dislocated 3 times. He had popped it, tried to put it back in, and that was ultimately it. So W picking up the win there. So shout out to W on that one. And then after that was an absolute abomination. Our guy NFT Kid Keith Berry just now. Jamed is a longtime pro. I don't know if he was Singaporean or it was just more local to the area, but in an absolute decorated career with like 70 plus fights. Keith is no stranger to the fight game as well, though. He's had a lot of battles in the octagon or the cage or wherever and what other leagues he's fought in, but absolutely came out and put on a show. First round knockout right at the end there, buzzer beater, if you will. I think there was some kind of big bonus on the line for him for a first round knockout, and so technically he got that because even though it was that the bell was ringing, the ref waved it off. So our homie picking up the dub there. And then this was that third fight, the Mohammed Dinesh one. I don't remember who won that. And then obviously was there to corner with my guy Ken fighting against Grimace. As you guys know, I fought back in December in Dubai. Ken, man, he went into the third round, put up a great fight. Eric got him with a sneak chin shot. And that was the end of the fight there. So shout out to my guy Ken getting in the ring. His plan is to drop some weight, get down to, I think they fought at 195, was 190, 195 was the agreed upon weight, somewhere in there. And this, I think he wants to get down to like 170. So what's up, my guy Debatola? Debatola in the house. Let's go. He's one of the guys I'm going to start up a stream with. So you guys be on the lookout for that. Definitely looking forward to doing a show with my guy. We had a great time in Singapore. That's the homie right there. And then the next fight after Ken and Grimace was Nico and Alpha Numetrics. And I'll tell you what, man, I love Alpha Numetrics. He's the homie, man. We went out one night drinking, had a good time. He's an Australian dude, super funny. Super funny. We're going to find a way to collaborate. He's big in the space. He's also a really cool dude and a great fighter. He ended up losing his fight to Nico. A tough fight, man. But it was definitely a good fight nonetheless. And then we'll get into these later fights here. Maritis, the young kid, taking on Brian Rose. Brian Rose is, man, I'll tell you what, he's got the weirdest fight style I could imagine. He's like the drunken old man, the drunken sailor. So good to see him take another L. I know some people that are waiting in line to fight him, so we'll see that. And then the second fight that I worked, got to corner for Aaron against Jenna. That was a great fight. Blonde Broker took that one in the second round knockout. And that was a wonderful evening, a way to end, kind of my work night, if you will. And so we got the dub there. So congratulations to both fighters. Obviously, Tuesday got Trust Me Bro, 12:30 Eastern on this channel, on Keeper's channel, and on Jenna's channel. So one of my co-hosts on one of my shows. So just showing some love to one of the homies for sure. Anytime any of our friends or these fighters get in the ring, or the pit or the cage, whatever it is, shout out, because it takes a lot of courage, a lot of effort. And I've been there. I get it. And then, all right, so the last two fights, we had My Mate Nate versus Peltzman, and then Bitlord versus Kane. These were both title fights, both belted. So congratulations to the winners. My Mate Nate took that one. It was a great fight, but he was just a little bit tougher there at the end. And then the Crypto Bidlord Caden fight, man, I tell you what, within 40 seconds, Kane's corner threw in the towel on that one. And here's the deal. I saw, and no offense to Kane, man, he's doing good stuff in the space, and I know they're working hard. Infinex is his company. What's up, Doom? What's up, Doom? They're doing some big things, in the space there. It was a big presence, a consensus this last year in Toronto. So shout out to him. Also fellow influencer in the space. He's in a lot of the chat groups I'm in, the DM groups over on Telegram with some of the other folks. But his fight against Bitlord, I tell you what, I knew it was going to go this way. Maybe he'd put up a little bit more time, but ended up going quick. So shout out to Bitlord for retaining the title. I'm pretty sure that he was already the belt holder in that one. He came into it, so now he's got he defended his title. So that was it, man. That was Singapore. And now, the whole idea of what's next, I think December in Miami is the next event. So hopefully the idea is to do 2 more fights for now, to do December against Harley. That's kind of the goal. Make sure we can get that thing locked up. You guys know we've been wanting to run that one for a minute. That's an easy dub for me. Y'all know that. So tell your friends. And then take that one and run it into, I believe February is going to be in Hong Kong. And that would be sick. So to go fight there, and possibly, if all things go well, maybe even consider challenging Eric for a rematch at the WBC belt in Hong Kong in February. So that's the Crypto Fight Night news, guys. I'll tell you what, the card was stacked. Oh, Keith versus Grimace. I saw that. Holy smokes. I'll tell you what. Eric is a good fighter, obviously. He's also good at fighting inexperienced fighters, right? A lot of guys that haven't really done too many of these things at this point. I know he had his start once too, and he's still undefeated or whatever. But Keith, there is something about fucking Keith, and he is vicious, man. When he turns it on, you can see he's got this mode that he goes into. And he'll go into to blitz mode, and he definitely did that. And I've seen him do that over the course of a couple fights. And so, that I agree with you. Midas wants to get in the ring. Let's go. We could talk. Maybe Midas wants to back chains. You never know. Or you want to actually get in and fight. Then we got to you got to fill out the form. Unless I think maybe we've been talking in the background. Yeah. I'll talk to Angus. We'll get things set up, man. I'll tell you what. I'm sure. I don't know what the roster looks like. I don't know what the the availability and all that stuff looks like over the next couple of fights. But the whole idea of getting on a few of these cards would be wonderful. And y'all know me, I'm fucking crazy enough to do it. So let's go fight. Let's go see the world. All right. Let's bring. I see Flame. You know what? I let Flame up into the stage. Let's go. We can just talk crypto. We can talk all sorts of fun stuff together. We don't need to go through the actual the numbers. Who actually wants to do that? Let's chat with the crew. What's up, Flame? And anybody else that wants to come up here? Carrie, Mike, Sandra, Scandy, Chappie. Anybody, come on up. Let's go. What's up, Flame?
J-Chains, I got to tell you, I'm loving Bitcoin. I'm loving altcoins, and I'm loving the United States of America. How the hell are you, J-Chains? Thanks for having me up.
Oh, dude, absolutely, man. USA. Mike, I'm going to do a co-host for you just to confirm that we've got, and now that our focus is here on the space, I want to make sure that we don't lose everybody. There you are. Here we go. Now here comes the fam. Yes, let's go. Shout out, guys. Make sure you smash the like button. We got the crew coming up. I'll get the space pulled up on screen so you can see who's all participating in the stage. But if you guys want, if you're listening to the stream, if you're watching the stream, you're like, oh, now we can join the space and come hang out and chat. Let's go. Come over to the X, J-Chains X. You'll find me. There it is. Flame. How'd you think?
What's up, Chains? Can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear, man. What'd you think of the UFC fight this weekend?
Dude, so the fights you were at in Singapore, the fight we saw, Ellie that knockout was crazy at Power Slap.
Holy cow.
And then the UFC fights, dude, it's got me thinking, dude, we need mascot fights too, bro. And like, I don't know if that's like a prelim thing or something, but I'm down to getting a mascot suit and just throw paws with somebody. So I don't know. I'm seeing a vision there. I had to get it out into the universe. That's what's on my heart today.
I love that. You can get each like cryptocurrencies mascot to fight each other.
Dude,
yes.
You know, a lot of conferences back in the day, I feel like I haven't seen it in a while. Someone would be walking around in like a Litecoin and a Bitcoin coin mascot costume. Dude, have those things fighting each other or fighting other mascots like Benny or
like Benny, or being ring girls. Like, let the mascots be ring. I don't know. I just have a vision, guys. Help me out.
Solana girls, mud wrestling.
There's all sorts of fun stuff that we could probably do. I did suggest, and maybe I was being a little selfish here, but I did suggest that maybe during the lady fights, it could be ring guys instead of ring girls. And like, dude, I've already got the Chattahoochee Daddy. Like, I've got the thing. I'm ready. I got the swagger. I just need the number, right? I just need to like know that, like, yo, yeah, take it away, brother. So I suggested it. They did not bite.
You know, you can even have like a side bet, like a kind of like a poly market thing, like who has got the best outfit of the guy ring daddies.
Ring daddies? Oh my god, Mike. I don't know. Is that what you said? By the way.
Yeah, buddy, ring daddies.
Oh my god! All right, y'all motherfuckers, forget that was ever said. That's mine. Moving forward is the ring daddies. Yeah.
I would like to volunteer to fight Flame as a mascot.
As the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man, or what mascot are you going into it?
I don't know, but whatever. My sister makes furries, but she hates crypto.
She makes furries? Okay.
Yeah. She sells them.
Big client list? Is it like a bigger industry than we think?
I mean, she usually sells them for about $5,000 to $10,000.
Come on.
But they're custom made.
$5 to $10,000?
No, $5,000 to like $10,000.
That's crazy.
Well, there are a lot of Democrats out there.
I tried to get her to give me some of her old ones, so me and my friends we could like have like furry death matches, but she didn't like that idea.
Well, what about you could just like probably phrase it a different way. Like you could just say, hey, we'll do some advertising, some free advertising for your business. And then what
Yeah,
you
that
do
would
with
work.
it is your own business. But, you know,
Yeah,
that would be.
but we should find some different mascot.
I would make sure to unsubscribe to your channel if all of a sudden it was started to be that kind of content.
Furry fighting.
Yeah, well, furry fighting, actually, that would be funny. That would be funny to watch. Costume mascot fighting. We'll just say that. Mascot. We'll have mascot fighting. This way it appeals to everybody. You can have all sorts of mascots because I feel like okay, so is it mascots that more cryptos need, or is it more of like the aggressive military community name? What's more important?
For the aggressive community, what?
Like names. So you got like the Link Marines, the H Barbarians, the XRP Army, right? So you've got like this idea of an aggressive sounding community name, or you have a really cute little furry mascot. What's better?
I don't know. It depends. I like the more aggressive ones, like Link the Link Marines and all that. I like that better. But that's just me.
I feel like that's probably a little bit more important, like for like the growth phase, right? But you think once we get into a little bit more retail side, and think about like what NFTs are doing, right? Like you look at Punchy Penguins, or you look at, I don't know, some of the more cutesy looking things. Like there's probably a better opportunity to have a global look and feel. I don't know.
Depends on your audience. I think Pudgy Penguins are advertising towards kids, right?
Are they though?
Yeah, the stuffies and the and Walmart one. I think they're trying to appeal to the younger audience. Like even without the game, the Pudgy Party, it's like a mobile game that everybody can play, and it's kid friendly.
All right. How have you been, man? What's been going on in your world?
Dude, it's been good, man. All time highs. I literally just took some profits as soon as I hit an all time high, and then I just been busy working on the podcast and doing my thing. Went for the next conference to go to in November for Futurist, and I think I'm gonna head on to Art Basel this year.
Nice. Nice. So as it turns out, we're official this year. I will be emceeing the main stage second day to start the day for like the first half of the day. And then I think that's like to like 12:30. And then at 1:00, I'm doing a panel on like content, community, trust, that kind of thing. And so day 2 is a big work day. So I'm really excited about that. So make sure you guys, and right now, just so you know, like I could give you a code, and I know maybe Mike could actually give you a code for free tickets. I don't know if that's still good, but they have buy one, get one free tickets, I believe, until like the end of the week. Like this is it. They said this is official the last time that they'll be doing that. And so you could get yourself a buy one free ticket. And so now you could think like, okay, you want to go with a buddy. Now it's only half price because you just need to buy the one. You get the free, you split it, yada, yada, yada. Or, you buy one and give one if you can. Gift one to somebody who can't afford one is always a cool idea too. But do you still have the code for free tickets, Mike, or is that expired?
No, unfortunately, that was expired, and then I was able to get media passes, and that expired. But right now they do have I think it's $249 for 2 tickets, which is a pretty damn good deal in my opinion.
Yeah.
And they just listed, I think it's Iggy Azalea is going to be a speaker there now.
Yep.
That's going to be pretty cool.
Yes, absolutely. And you know what I would like to do? Let's do this. Let's start a planning commission for anybody that is going to be down there, because here's the deal. I looked on Luma today. There are no events on Luma yet. And so it would probably be time to put together an event and do like an official event. Like let's try to find some sponsors, some speakers. We can find a place. Let's get something rolling. Let's do that.
Let's reach out to the Pizza DAO guys and see if they want to do something. We can get like a pizza party.
And it doesn't matter that it's not on a Friday, because I know the dates are like Tuesday, Wednesday, or no, it's Wednesday, Thursday, right? So we could do it like on the 5th, or even the 6th, like the day that I MC, and then have that we could do it like that night, or that's usually when like the exit stuff is. So maybe on the night of the 5th, we'll figure it out. We'll talk a little bit more offline and set something up, but that could be fun to do, like actually have an event and put it up on Luma and have some fun with it.
Absolutely. I wonder if even like Tracy and Lauren, if you do like an event, it gets like approved. Maybe they even like help fund it a little bit.
Interesting. I'll reach out and have it be like an official event of Futurist. I'm a big fan.
Yeah, I'm down.
I'm a big fan. Carrie, my dude, what's up, my brother? How's the raccoon life? Carrie.
He's not still chasing them around, is he, right now?
He might be up in the attic chasing his. So from what I heard and what I saw, that there were 4. It sounded like there were 4, and he caught 4. So maybe there are no more left, but potentially there are still. I don't know if the war is still going on or not.
Sounded like
Yeah,
one
I don't
got in
know.
the attic.
What was that?
Sounded like one got in the attic last night.
Oh, so they're still up there. So all right, well, I did post in our group chat earlier the raccoon trapsman of the year. So congratulations to our very own Carrie M. Cook, not Carrie McCook. It's not Irish McCook. It's just M. Cook. I had for a long time thought it was Carrie McCook, and I think I even said it a few times on the show. And then Carrie laughed at me one time and said, it's not McCook. But maybe it's McCook.
Dude, I'll tell you, he was a lot more nice than the raccoon we found in our shop this morning. That was funny this morning. They were like blasting it with the power washer to try and get it down from the rafters and poking it down. It was like running one way and we're like, it's going over there. And we're all trying to like trap it, like three guys to try to trap it. It was fun. It was good mayhem in the morning. And it finally made its way out after getting bonked in the head a couple times.
Nice. You know, that's a pest. That's not a friend. No, I know some people say you got to be nice to them, but I don't think so. Get out of here.
So this thing came into our shop. It ate like some bunch of like an old box of donuts that was in the garbage can, and then it ate all like the rat poison that was like, you have like rat poison, like we have a company that comes in and takes care of that. So like I don't know if it was gonna survive anyways.
Nope. Get out of here, buddy. Go. Well, they those are like those things can just eat about anything though. But I don't know. So, where do you think Bitcoin's going to run to, Mike? What are you thinking? What are the charts telling you?
So I have, if you look at, I believe it's the weekly chart, it's on a rising wedge. And it could break out of this rising wedge up to 174, 180, the top of the rising wedge. Like it's in the middle right now. So if it hits the top of this rising wedge, we're probably looking at 136, 141,000.
What's your time frame by the end of the year?
So I have 2 trains of thought here. So like I've watched Raoul Paul and kind of his whole macro sense, and a part of me agrees and a part of me believes, like, you know, this, everyone says it's going to be different this time and it's not, but he's saying that what happened is in 2024 they rolled over the debt, and it's extended the business cycle by 1 year. And it's kind of the same thing for happened to me. Like when COVID came around, I refinanced my mortgage at a lower rate because we had like historically low rates, and I locked in. Mm-hmm. So now my mortgage is 1 year longer. So it's like, it makes sense that it's the same thing happening with the US debt. And so we have to reissue the debt later down the road, another year. So we could spill into 2026. And he's saying like everybody has PTSD from 2021. So everyone's going to sell early and it's going to go up. And then people are going to have to buy back in higher, and it's create more FOMO. So he's thinking Q1 right now up to February of 2026. And this lines up with something called the ISM, which is like it's basically inventory of like companies, like how much stock and inventory they have. And he said it still has a lot more room to go, and we're just starting the cutting cycle for the rates, right? So it could go into 2026. So I'm kind of prepared for most in either situation. Like I have a percent, like I'm just selling on the way up, but I'm just a percent of Bitcoin I'm just gonna hold, and I'm gonna try to catch that top wherever it may be.
Are you gonna is your goal to completely tether off as much as you can before like you realize where we're like, maybe we're on the way back down and then rebuy at the bottom, or are you keeping some like forever?
Yeah, there's a small portion that I'm just gonna round trip pretty much, or just catch it on the way down where I'm like, I know we're in a bear market because like we close candles under the weekly 200-day moving average or under the monthly, like when you just know you're in a bear market. But to be honest, I might even just keep like 0.1 BTC or 0.2 BTC and just kind of hold it and just leave it there for the next 4 years because you're in the best asset in the world, in my opinion.
Because you gotta have something to borrow against, unless you borrow against Bitcoin, right?
I borrow against my house, right? I borrowed against my house and I bought Bitcoin with that, and I paid it all back already. And, it's continued to grow because I didn't have to sell all of it to pay it back, right?
Right.
So that's kind of what I use just for my situation. But I'm going to hold some Bitcoin, but I'm going to sell off. I have a number in my head I want to reach. And then the cherry on top will be my altcoins. Because if Bitcoin goes like crazy, then I can, like I told my wife, I said, you know what, if Bitcoin goes to 300,000-400,000, imagine what the alts are going to do, right? So that's where I'm like, I'm going to be out of mostly Bitcoin, and I'll just be waiting for altcoin season to flourish and hit new all-time highs.
Which I feel like the strategy of if there's the long-term hold, yeah, you could get your quick flips out of whatever it's going to be out of Bitcoin. But if you were to hold like the right altcoins for the next 5 to 10 years, I mean, if you've got that kind of time frame and you've got the capacity to hold on that long, like that's the freaking move. That is where you'll be able to make that life-changing gain, that generational wealth, as they say. I got something fun for
So I've been making a killing.
What's that?
I've been making a killing just doing swing trades, spot swing trades. Every time we make a new all-time high, so I wait for a little bit of a pullback and I buy the same amount of BTC and I keep the spread. And I made like $900 last week just doing swing trades.
That's the move right there. Swing trades, man. Get in and get out. Don't because the market will just change on you in a heartbeat. We've all seen that. We've all gotten wrecked. That's you get rinsed pretty good sometimes from that. But,
absolutely. That's why I don't like leverage too much, because then like you do spot trades, you don't have to worry about liquidations or stop losses. Like just be patient and you're going to be in profit before you know it.
Yeah, I got to earlier I was talking about I was doing that this like stock versus crypto challenge with my mom. We started this in August, and then obviously things got shitty in both stock market and crypto. And plus I got super busy with travel. I think I like the entire month of September, I probably was home for like 3 or 4 days. I feel like I was gone. I went through, it was really interesting. I actually thought about it this morning. This is not something I've ever done, but I went through this entire calendar year of travel and all that stuff. And I had at least a week trip every single month, with the exception of April. I did not travel anywhere in the month of April, but I was Nashville, New York, Chicago, Toronto, Vegas, New York, Nashville, New Orleans, Chicago, Vegas, Nashville, Chicago, Austin, Vegas, Singapore, and then supposed to finish out the year in both Miami in November and December, which is wild. Steve Hickey, what's up, brother? Why was I just talking about that?
Yeah, man, it's like the most I've ever traveled in 1 year as well. I think if I go to Art Basel, I think I'll be like 10 times on a plane this year when you count like to and from the location. So, but it's great. It's been a great year.
Yep. Just I feel like I'm contributing to the chemtrails. So apologies where apologies are due. So. But isn't that like What do they say that those are from or for? That's for like the atmospheric cloud seeding stuff.
I'm not that far in the weeds of that, but I
Let's
know a lot
we
of
should we should do that. I
chemtrails you
feel like
see.
it's time to do a conspiracy theory show, and I'm gonna see who wants to do one over the course of the next couple weeks here. And let's just do a crazy conspiracy theory show. And it can be about crypto or it cannot be about crypto so that it's open up to all conspiracies. But we'll have to have you heard of Scuba Steve? What's up, Ninja 4? What's up, fam? I hope you guys are all doing well. It's glad to be back. It has been quite some time since I feel like we did this. So glad that we got the crew smashing it away in the chat on YouTube. Thank you guys. Make sure you smash the like button. Also, we got the crew in the space on X. Let's go. Shout out to you guys. I love you. Thank you so much. And everybody in between that is listening or viewing, thank you. Shout out to you. Y'all are the heroes. GM, as they say in the biz. So let's see. I want to let's see. We talked about Bitcoin already, guys. ETFs and all that stuff, crypto fight night, the token conference. Oh, let me just explain to you, because Mike, you've been to a couple conferences this year. Carrie, you've been to Futurist with me a few times. You've probably been to some other ones and stuff, but like, I will tell you, this was a bigger scale than the Bitcoin conference was. Even though the Bitcoin conference does the massive like industrial size warehouse for the conference, Token was over the course of 5 floors of a convention center, and it was something else, very massive. And it was great to meet and talk with a lot of the major companies, even that some that have bad reps. I actually gave some shit to what's the exchange that listed the Charlie Kirk token that we were Mexi. I went up to him and I said, "Hey, can I buy some of that Charlie Kirk token y'all were so proud to have listed?" And the lady was just like, "I'm so sorry." I'm like, "You're fucking right, you're sorry. Like, that's ridiculous." I didn't want to cause too much of a problem, but I let him know. But it's cool to be able to go up to all those. Like, I got a chance to talk to the KuCoin people. And their whole idea is they would love to be able to be the people's exchange again, because that they were the people's exchange for so long, and then compliance issues and all that. They had to pull out of certain markets and stuff. And I know a lot of us had to stop using KuCoin, or you use it with a VPN or whatever. But I moved on it and did some other things, but that was my exchange for so long. And so to be able to talk to some of the stakeholders about that and know that like their goal is to come back, especially as compliance and regulations and all these things are set to change over the next couple of years or whatever. So looking forward to to re-engaging with a lot of some of the things that and platforms that we all knew and loved for so long here in crypto. So but I tell you what, from what I understand, what I saw in Singapore, and there were a ton of people there. Holy Christ. There were probably about 50,000 people there day one. I didn't make it back day two because that was fight day. And there was a lot of things that we had to do that day and make sure that we were ready for. And so I did not go back day two, but I heard it was, just as busy and equally the same. Insane. So a ton of people, but from what I understand, because they do Dubai and Singapore, the Dubai conference had more people. So if you did check that one out, wow, that seemed my guy paid up in the group. What's up? Good to see you in Singapore, sir. That was cool. So, well, I think we've run this one for today. We talked about everything that I wanted to talk about. There's a few more articles we could have gotten into, but who cares? We talked about Singapore. Bull run is here.
Dude, you're talking about the exchanges. I think right now it's like the season of DEXs, man. There's just DEXs coming out all around. So I think DeFi is really picking off right now. Like I know there's a bunch of DEXs on Avalanche that are, the talk of the town right now. There's like Aster, another one that's everyone's talking about right now. There's just so much when it comes to DeFi and DEXs. I think it's taken away the shine from the centralized exchanges because people have different options. And like I'm working with one right now and they have no VPNs, no KYC, and they actually don't they don't actually custody your crypto. It's like liquid. So it's the way they do it through, like, it's called like ZK roll up channels or something like that. So it's pretty crazy. But like, just like, honestly, I prefer using something like that over a centralized exchange nowadays, because the fees are way better. And it's just like, I don't need people knowing exactly what I'm doing all the time. I'll report my taxes, and you have to trust me that I'm doing it properly, instead of just like like, I put money into crypto.com the other day. They're like, it's $500. They're like, where'd you get this from? I'm like, bro, it's $500. If I went to my bank and I put $500 and they wouldn't ask a question, why are you asking me a question about this?
Steve Hickey, no, Singapore Token 2049 was not a Bitcoin conference. I mean, there was like some Bitcoin, like centric or solution stuff for that were on Bitcoin and Crypto Lifer. It's crazy. I saw his video post. There was a couple people that for whatever reason we didn't get. I'm telling you, that's how big it was. Didn't get a chance to connect with a few of the people that I knew were out there. But it just didn't happen. And at the same time, I didn't get to go to as many of the satellite events as originally I planned or thought I was going to. Being there for the fight and having a few fighters to support, ended up doing a lot of training and really kind of sticking around where we were at. And, we would go on adventures, Ken, and we spent a lot of time at the hotel, to be honest with you. It's fight week. That's what you do. You get in the right mindset. We did a lot of training up by the pool. That was fun. That was a lot of fun. Got to work actually with Keith Berry's trainer. He's a cool dude. Coach, shout out to you, Coach. I'll probably come out to Vegas and do a little training with you, because he said I got some heavy ass hands and he could get me to be a one-punch knockout artist with just a little bit of time. So, that's the plan here. I want to be a one-punch knockout artist. Just knock these fucking fools out and work my way through them, and then get that belt. Bring it home. Bring it here.
Hey, you said you're fighting in Miami?
That's the goal. The goal is to line up the fight with Harley. It feels like there may be a venue change to a different side of the world, and if it does go international, then I'm not interested in doing that right now. I would like to fight here. I'd have a pretty decent size community that would be there for it, and that would be fun. And so, plus, I already fought in Dubai, so I actually don't have any desire to fight where I've already fought. So that's why Miami would be good. I've not fought there. Plus, it'd be a good domestic audience, and then from there, be able to do Hong Kong in February. That'd be goal.
Yeah.
If those
nice. Would that be like around Art Basel?
So it would be a little bit after Art Basel, only because like everything becomes exponentially expensive, and so or more expensive, and so to keep costs down for the promotion, and because it's not like you don't. It's not like Jake Paul money for these boxing matches or whatever. And so, the whole idea of not trying to make everybody go broke to come down there, because hotels are more expensive, venues are more expensive, all that stuff. So flights, all that stuff. So go probably more like the middle of the month, I think. So we'll see. We shall see how it goes. So, all right. Well, I think that does it. I think we done wrapped it up. You guys have a wonderful day. Appreciate you being here. Glad to be back. We'll have some more stuff to talk about for sure tomorrow. Let's see. Where am I from? So I live just outside of Atlanta right now, but I am from the decentralized generation. I've lived all over this country. I've lived in Chicago. I was born and raised when I was younger in the suburbs of Chicago, and we lived in the city for a while with a lot of my buddies. We did that stuff, and then I've lived in New York City. I've lived in a couple places in Florida. I've lived out in Colorado a couple places. I lived in Texas, down in Austin for a while. So footwork is crucial. Yeah. So my Ninja, my goal is I've got probably a few weeks of training that I've got to do for myself. So I got my mom in town. She came out for my daughter's birthday. She turned 4 on a 5. So yesterday we had our unicorn themed party here with the bounce house and all sorts of cool stuff. But my mom came down for it, and so she's going to leave tomorrow morning. She's got to get back for some other commitments with her other grandchildren. And so fight camp for me starts tomorrow. So that's why I was saying earlier in the show, Morehouse, let's get a beer. But technically, my goal is to start my fight camp tomorrow, because I've got to do a few weeks of working on myself, getting myself back into absolute tip-top shape. Before I even think about going to see Coach. I got to be ready. I got to be ready mentally and physically on my own before I go see Coach, because he said he's going to put me through fucking hell. which he needs. I need that. But footwork, man, you know that. I don't want to float like a butterfly or sting like a bee. I want to kill like a shark. Well, you can't be like Mike Tyson biting. I don't know why I said that. All right, motherfuckers. Hey, I appreciate you guys. Tomorrow is Tuesday. That means 12:30 p.m. Eastern. We got Trust Me, Bro with Keeper and Jenna X. That'll be fun to talk about, Singapore and that fight experience and all of that. Obviously, I was across the corner from my co-host. So she's a co-host on the show, but I was across the corner hanging out on Aaron's side and got a chance to actually meet James Vick, former UFC fighter. He also had he got knocked out in karate combat, and it was one of the absolute most vicious knockouts I have ever seen. And I was there live for it. I heard it. It was wild. But we got a chance to talk. He's in crypto. Very cool. So goal is to get him on this show. And so we'll get a chance to talk with all those kind of people soon. But tomorrow, 12:30 p.m., Trust Me, Bro. And then I'll be back at 3 for this show. So have yourself a wunderbar evening. And until I see you again, as we say in my family, from my family to yours, ciao for now.